Imagine this. You're about to take a step that could reshape your entire life, or maybe even the entire world. It's a door, plain and unassuming, but it hums with a strange energy. Beyond it lies a portal to any point in time. Think of it, the chance to walk through history, to witness the moments that shaped civilization, or even to leap forward into the unknown future. It's all right there. But there's a catch. Time travel is possible, yes, but it's incredibly dangerous, and once you cross that threshold, there's no telling what you might bring back, or what you'll leave behind. Welcome to our channel, where we dive into thought-provoking questions and explore the impossible, the strange, and the intriguing mysteries of our world and beyond. If you enjoy content that makes you question reality, push boundaries, and wonder what if, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Your support really motivates us to create more mind-bending stories just like this one. Now, back to the portal. As tempting as it is to imagine the thrill of time travel, it's easy to overlook the danger lurking beneath the excitement. You see, changing even a single moment in time could set off a chain reaction with consequences so vast that they're almost unimaginable. Let's say, for instance, you traveled back to ancient Rome and somehow disrupted a single conversation between Julius Caesar and one of his advisors. Maybe it's nothing major, maybe it's a passing word of advice that he takes or doesn't take, yet that single choice could ripple out, changing everything from the fate of Rome to the course of world history. You could return to a world that's completely unrecognizable, simply because of one small misstep. Then there's the paradox of meeting your own ancestors, or, even more dangerously, encountering a past version of yourself. The mere act of being seen by the wrong person in the past could cause unimaginable rifts. Imagine arriving back to the present only to find you no longer exist because your interaction accidentally erased your family line. The very idea gives shivers, doesn't it? And it's not just about the past. Even peeking into the future carries its own hazards. What if you saw something you weren't ready to see? Something that would change the way you live every moment from then on, causing you to make decisions based not on the present, but on a hazy, unpredictable future. But the danger of time travel isn't limited to just the mind-bending paradoxes. Physical risks are everywhere. Scientists have theorized that time is like a vast, flowing river, and when you enter it from the wrong direction, it could literally tear you apart. Imagine landing in a timeline where the very atmosphere was slightly different, denser, toxic, or even radioactive. Just because you could survive here doesn't mean you'd survive there. The past and future are different ecosystems, different realities, and stepping into them might be akin to diving into the deep ocean without a suit. You wouldn't last long. Another frightening possibility is that time itself might not be as stable as we think. Picture time as a spider's web, delicate and interconnected. As a traveler, you might be the insect that disrupts the entire web with one small tug. Shifting timelines, jumping from one era to another, could cause sections of history to fragment or collapse, creating voids in the web of time. Think of them as empty spaces, where events simply cease to exist, erased by your mere presence. You might return to a present where people remember historical events that never actually happened, or a future that's a jumbled mess of fragments from other possible worlds. And let's not forget the psychological toll. Imagine the weight of carrying secrets no one else knows, truths you can't share for fear of altering the course of history again. Imagine knowing the precise day a disaster will strike, or exactly when and where you'll die. That knowledge would change you, haunt you. Every action you take in the present would feel fragile, knowing that time's threads are so delicate that even one step in the wrong direction could ruin everything. The power of time travel could easily corrupt someone, making them feel like a god. The temptation to reshape history according to personal desires would be all too real. Perhaps you'd want to save someone you lost, relive a happy moment, or even rewrite painful memories. But would you still be yourself if you had the power to live without regret? Or would you become something else entirely, someone without limits, without fear, and ultimately without humanity? The people who traveled back or forward in time, knowing the risk, might be forced to live as shadows, unrecognized and unknown, simply to protect the timeline. They would wander, isolated by the secrets they hold, unable to form lasting bonds or live normal lives. Now imagine what might come back with you from the journey. You could unknowingly bring back viruses, bacteria, or even ideas that have been long forgotten or are not yet ready for this era. Maybe it's a thought, a concept, or a piece of technology that could alter society irreversibly. Imagine returning from the future with knowledge of an invention that isn't supposed to exist yet, one that could put current industries out of business, cause widespread panic, or even lead to war. Knowledge itself is a weapon, and traveling through time could arm you with knowledge that's far too dangerous for any one person to wield. And here's a terrifying thought. What if time itself was aware of your intrusion? There are theories that time has a way of correcting itself, subtly nudging events back onto the course they're supposed to follow. So every little change you make, every piece of history you nudge, time might fight back. Maybe it would throw obstacles in your path, making you unlucky until you set things right. Or maybe it would go further, bending reality in ways you can't comprehend. In some versions of time travel theory, time might erase you entirely, swallowing you whole to protect itself. It's fascinating, isn't it? The idea that one door could open to endless possibilities, but with every step, you risk unraveling the very fabric of reality. The lure of time travel is like Pandora's box, full of promise, but once you open it, you can never go back. In a way, the best protection we have against the dangers of time travel is that it remains locked in the realm of imagination. Thanks for joining us on this journey into the unknown. Time travel may be an idea born out of fantasy, but it makes you wonder, doesn't it? What would you do if given the choice? Would you take the risk, or would you stay grounded in the present, knowing that the past and future are meant to stay untouched? Comment your thoughts below, and if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel. Your support, every like, every share, and every subscription helps us keep exploring the boundaries of the possible and impossible. Stay curious, stay bold, and remember, some mysteries are better left unsolved.